Imagine being able to build a functional AI application just by describing what you want it to do,
Yeah.
in plain English, without writing a single line of code. Sounds like something straight out of a futuristic movie, right?
Yeah, it really does.
Well, today we're taking a deep dive into something truly fascinating from Google Labs, an experimental tool called Google Opal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you've given us a whole stack of sources. We've got articles, expert analyses, even some YouTube reviews all about Google Opal.
Right.
Our mission, as always, is to help you cut through all that noise, extract the most important nuggets of knowledge and insight, and, get you well-informed quickly so you don't feel overwhelmed.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. A no-code AI app builder from Google. That sounds like a potential game changer. But what does democratizing AI development actually mean in practice? And who is this tool really for?
Yeah, that's the key question. And what truly stands out here is that Google Opal represents a really significant strategic move by Google. It's designed basically to allow anyone, regardless of their technical background, to build what Google calls mini AI apps.
Mini AI apps.
Okay. Yeah, and this isn't just about, another new tool hitting the market. It's potentially about shifting the entire paradigm of how software could be built and maybe more importantly, who gets to build it.
Right. Opening it up.
Exactly. Think of the implications for just rapid innovation, transforming abstract ideas into functional tools in minutes, not months.
Wow.
This whole idea of vibe coding, where you just sort of describe the functionality you want in plain language, it's really taking hold. And Opal is a prime example of this burgeoning trend.
Vibe coding. I like that.
That's catchy, right?
Yeah.
But it's also crucial to note its experimental status. It comes explicitly from Google Labs.
Okay, so experimental is key here.
It is, and that signals both, incredible opportunity for exploration and, at the same time, a necessary cautious approach for potential users, especially if you're thinking about using this in a business context. It's exciting, definitely, but it also requires a careful eye. Untacking Google Opal, the vision of democratized AI.
Okay, that sets the stage perfectly.
Yeah.
So let's get down to basics. For you listening, maybe hearing about this for the first time, what exactly is Google Opal? What's its core purpose? And how is it trying to transform the idea of building AI applications?
Right. So at its core, Google Opal is an experimental no-code AI application builder, introduced by Google Labs, remember?
Experimental, got it.
And these mini AI apps we mentioned, they're pretty much what they sound like. Small, focused applications designed to perform specific tasks. Things like summarizing text, maybe generating some content, or drafting quick email replies, all powered by AI.
Okay, specific small jobs.
Exactly. Its primary function is really to empower users, regardless of their technical skill level, to build, edit, and share these mini AI apps.
Okay, build, edit, share.
Yep. But the real brilliance here, I think, is how it works. You interact with it mainly through natural language prompts.
Just talking to it, basically.
Pretty much. And also through an intuitive visual workflow editor. You simply tell it what you want the app to do, in plain conversational English. And then it translates your instructions into this visual workflow, like a flowchart.
Oh, okay. I can picture that.
And this completely eliminates the need for traditional coding expertise. It just opens up AI development to a much, much broader audience. It's all about simplifying complex workflows and making them visual,
Right.
thereby empowering a really diverse range of users, even folks without any technical background, to leverage powerful AI models, prompts, and various integrated tools. This ties directly into that vibe coding idea we talked about.
So you just described the vibe.
Yeah, describe the vibe or the desired functionality in everyday language, and the AI handles the heavy lifting of translating that into a functional application. You're not writing lines of code, you're just communicating your intent.
That sounds deceptively simple.
It is, in a way. Now, as of its initial launch, Opal is available as a public data, but here's a catch. It's currently exclusive to users within the United States.
Okay. U.S. only for now.
Right. And this geographical limitation, along with its experimental nature, seems quite deliberate. Google's likely using this period to gather really crucial user feedback.
Makes sense. Testing the waters.
Exactly. That feedback will then inform its ongoing refinement and development. It's a strategic limited release, letting them test and iterate quickly, understand the market appetite before, maybe considering a wider rollout.
Okay, that ease of use sounds incredible for non-technical users, but it immediately raises a big question for me. What about the traditional AI developers, people who've been coding this stuff for years? Is this a threat to them, or does it actually maybe supercharge what they do?
That's a really powerful point, and it's critical to understand. For AI developers and innovators, Opal probably isn't a threat. It's more like a profound accelerator.
An accelerator, how so?
Well, it offers a significant advantage in rapidly developing AI ideas and streamlining workflows. Think of it as an incredibly powerful instrument for quickly demonstrating proofs of concept posses.
Right, posses. Proving an idea works.
Exactly, getting functional applications up and running fast. This capability dramatically reduces the time and resources that are usually required for that initial prototyping phase.
So less upfront investment.
Way less. What might have taken weeks or even months just to build out a basic concept, just to show what it could potentially do, can now maybe be created and demonstrated in mere minutes or hours with Opal.
Minutes, really.
Potentially, for simple things, yeah. Imagine a seasoned developer, right? They have an idea for a new AI-powered content analysis tool.
Like,
Instead of spending days writing front-end code, setting up complex API calls, wrestling with different frameworks just to present a basic demo, they can use Opal. They can visually chain together AI models and show a clickable, functional proof of concept almost immediately.
so they can show, not just tell, much faster.
Precisely. This lets them validate ideas much faster. Fail fast if an idea isn't working, or, quickly secure buy-in from stakeholders if it looks promising.
So it's about hyperspeed validation, essentially. Getting feedback quickly.
You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Exactly. And beyond its utility for existing developers, a fundamental objective of Opal seems to be genuinely expanding access to AI app development.
Back to that democratization idea.
Right. It enables non-technical users, think subject matter experts in marketing, HR, finance, wherever, to construct custom AI applications that directly enhance their own productivity.
So the marketing person builds their own marketing tool.
Potentially, yeah. This means those experts can address their specific operational challenges independently without necessarily needing to rely on a dedicated IT department or a team of developers to build every single little internal tool they need. That decentralization of development is, well, profoundly powerful.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Taking the load off IT for smaller stuff.
Absolutely. And for professional AI developers, Opal facilitates a really crucial shift in focus. Instead of getting bogged down writing, repetitive boilerplate code for user interfaces, managing API calls, meticulously handling data flow management, the kind of tasks that can be tedious and time-consuming.
The grunt work, basically.
Kind of, yeah. They can now concentrate on the core design and refinement of the underlying AI logic and the overall workflow. This frees them up. They can allocate more of their valuable time and expertise to developing truly complex AI models, tackling intricate, cutting-edge problem solving, and, really pushing the boundaries of what AI can achieve.
So it elevates their work, in a way.
I think so. The platform's ability to empower business users to build their own mini apps for specific, often repetitive tasks, things like generating marketing copy, summarizing lengthy reports, or drafting standard support replies, carries a significant organizational benefit.
Okay, reducing backlog.
Exactly. By allowing these users to create their own tools, organizations can effectively reduce the backlog of simpler internal tool requests that might otherwise just swamp core IT and development teams. This strategic distribution of development capabilities frees up those highly skilled AI developers to concentrate on the more complex, mission-critical AI systems and research initiatives.
Which leads to faster innovation overall.
That's the idea. Overall, gains in organizational efficiency and ultimately accelerated innovation cycles across the board. It's about letting everyone contribute to the digital transformation, not just the traditional coders, too. The nuts and bolts, core features, and functionality.
Okay, that explanation of how Opal can actually supercharge development, even for seasoned pros, is really compelling. But it brings me back to the core mystery for you listening. How exactly does it pull this off? For someone with absolutely no coding background, what are the actual features that let them build an AI app?
Right, that's the real magic of Opal, I think. And it all boils down to a pretty clever dual interface approach. It blends that natural language interaction we talked about with a very intuitive visual workflow editor. It makes it incredibly accessible.
Okay, dual interface. How does that work in practice?
So how do you actually start building? You simply begin by describing what you want your app to do in plain everyday English. For instance, you might just type, I want an app that summarizes long articles for me and extracts the key takeaways.
Just like that.
Just like that. Google's underlying AI then interprets those descriptions to generate the initial app workflow.
Okay, so the AI takes your words and makes a starting point.
Exactly. And what's truly ingenious is how the platform then translates these natural language instructions into a visual, multi-step workflow diagram. It's like seeing your thoughts instantly mapped out, like a blueprint emerging right there on the screen.
A visual map of the process.
Precisely. Within this visual representation, each node, think of it like a digital Lego block, represents a specific action. So one block might take your user input, another calls a powerful AI model like Google's Gemini to process that input, and maybe a third block connects to another tool or just outputs the final result.
Got it. Like steps in a recipe.
That's a great analogy, and this visual paradigm is absolutely crucial because it makes what would otherwise be incredibly complex application logic remarkably easy to comprehend and, importantly, to modify. The key here, and what makes it so revolutionary for many, is that you can do all of this without needing to write a single line of code.
Right, the no-code promise.
Exactly. It's incredibly intuitive, and it really helps to sidestep that feeling of information overload that often comes with traditional coding environments.
Okay, that visual component really does sound revolutionary for accessibility.
Yeah.
So how does that translate into actually refining what you've built? Once you have that initial workflow, what's the process for customizing it, tweaking it to get exactly what you want?
That's where the real power of refinement comes in, and it's surprisingly robust. Opal facilitates the construction of pretty powerful multi-step applications by allowing users to chain together prompts, AI model calls, and various other tools.
Chaining things together.
Yeah, this chaining capability is absolutely fundamental for creating dynamic workflows that can achieve quite complex outcomes. For instance, you could design a workflow where the first step takes an initial customer query.
Okay.
The second step uses an AI to analyze the sentiment. The third generates a draft response, and maybe the fourth translates it into another language, all seamlessly connected in that visual editor.
Wow. Okay. That's quite sophisticated.
It can be, and users can then refine their mini applications through two primary editing modes, which gives them both simplicity and granular control.
Two modes. What are they?
First, there's the conversational mode. This is incredibly user-friendly. You can just continue to describe changes or additions in natural language.
So you just keep talking to it.
Pretty much. If you have a summarizer app, you could just type, add a step to translate the result into Spanish and then email it to me, and Opal will automatically update the visual workflow accordingly.
That's cool.
Then for more direct and, granular control, there's the visual editor mode. In this mode, you directly manipulate the workflow. You can add, remove, or adjust those node blocks using a simple drag-and-drop interface.
Like moving Legos around.
Exactly like that. This mode also lets you fine-tune prompts. Maybe you want the AI's tone to be friendly but professional, addressing the user by their first name, you can specify that. Or you can introduce entirely new features or integrate specific tools via a built-in toolbar. This design truly provides really granular control over inputs, outputs, and all the AI-driven processes. It gives you the flexibility to craft the app precisely to your needs.
You can get quite detailed with the prompts and logic.
You can. And beyond these modes, customization is further supported through user-defined inputs and even persona-based tailoring. This helps ensure that the workflows you build align precisely with your specific needs and target audiences. You can refine prompts by specifying a desired tone, highlighting particular skills, or even incorporate conditional logic like if this, then that, to manage diverse scenarios, making your apps more intelligent and robust.
Okay, that's a comprehensive set of editing tools, offering both that conversational ease and fine-grained control. What about once you've actually built your mini app? How do you get it out there for others to use? And are there any limitations on, its reach?
Good question. Once you've developed an application and you feel it's ready to go, Opal enables its instant publication online. It generates a shareable link with just a single click.
One-click sharing, nice.
Yeah, allowing others to access and utilize it immediately. This sharing mechanism is designed for absolute ease of use, making it incredibly fast to get your creation into the hands of others.
And how do people access it?
Individuals can access and run these mini applications using their own Google accounts. That's a key part of the seamless experience. This integration with existing Google accounts facilitates really frictionless collaboration and testing among users. It makes it easy to share with colleagues or friends for feedback, for example.
Okay, simple sharing via Google accounts.
Yeah.
Are there downsides? Limitations?
There are. It's important to be aware of the current limitations, especially if you're thinking about broader deployment. For example, direct custom domain support isn't available right now.
Meaning you can't use your own website address for it easily.
Right, although published applications can be redirected through user-managed domains if you have that capability set up elsewhere. It's a workaround.
Okay.
Furthermore, some user reviews have pointed out limitations regarding the ability to embed these mini apps directly into existing web applications, or to deeply integrate them via a dedicated API layer, essentially, that secret handshake that lets different software programs talk to each other automatically.
So sticking it inside your company website might be tricky.
Exactly. It means that while they are easily shareable via a simple web link, integrating them deeply into a pre-existing complex corporate system might not be straightforward at this experimental stage. These are crucial considerations if you're thinking about widespread integrated deployments rather than just quick standalone tools.
Right. So it's great for quick sharing, but maybe not for embedding in a full-blown enterprise website just yet. Does it offer any help to actually get started, especially for someone who's never built an AI app before? Are there, like, templates or examples to get the ball rolling?
Absolutely, and this is a fantastic feature for new users. Google Opal features a pretty comprehensive demo gallery that's a tremendous resource.
A demo gallery. What's in it?
This gallery provides a wide range of starter templates, essentially pre-built AI applications for common use cases, so you don't have to start completely from scratch.
Okay, like pre-made starting points.
Exactly. These templates cover a great variety of functionalities. For example, you can find ready-made templates for text summarizers, social media post generators, meeting agenda creators, support reply generators, or even tools to enhance copy for different audiences.
So lots of practical examples.
Yeah, it's like having a library of functional AI examples right at your fingertips, showcasing what's possible with the tool.
And can you change them?
Oh, yeah. The beauty of these templates is their flexibility. Users have the option to just use them as they are, or as Google puts it, to remix them.
Remix them.
Yeah, it means you can take a template for generating social media posts, for instance, and customize it to precisely fit your specific brand's tone, target audience, or even integrate it with your specific product catalog, maybe.
Ah, so you adapt the template.
Exactly. This feature serves as an excellent method for users to quickly become familiar with the platform's capabilities and, importantly, to accelerate their own development process. By providing these easily customizable templates, Google isn't just offering a starting point, it's actively encouraging user experimentation, adaptation, and the potential for sharing within the community.
Right, people sharing their own remixed versions.
Potentially.
Yeah.
This approach can lead to a sort of self-reinforcing cycle where a growing library of user-generated templates and mini-apps emerges. Imagine a finance team creating a specialized report summarizer template and then sharing it with other teams in the company. It showcases diverse applications and further lowers the barrier to entry for new users.
Creates a community around it.
Precisely. This community-driven content generation can significantly accelerate adoption and highlight the platform's versatility, truly creating a strong network effect that benefits Google's broader AI ecosystem. 3. The practical side. A guide to using Google Opal.
Okay, so we know what it is and what capabilities it offers. That demo gallery sounds really helpful. But for someone listening right now who's just, insanely curious, how do they actually start building something with this tool? What's the practical step-by-step process for getting your idea into a functional AI app?
Right, let's get practical. The process of building an AI mini app with Google Opal is designed to be incredibly intuitive. It follows a simple 3-step framework that Google has kind of distilled. Describe, create, and share.
Describe, create, share. Okay.
It's very much aligned with that vibe coding concept we discussed earlier, making it highly accessible. So the journey begins with the describe step.
Step 1, describe.
Yep. Here, the user types a natural language prompt that clearly outlines the intended function of their AI mini app. This is where you communicate your intent conversationally in plain terms.
Like telling it your idea.
Exactly. For example, a user might input something very direct like, generate a cover letter in English based on the user's job description with a friendly yet professional tone. Or maybe create an app that drafts personalized birthday messages for our customers based on their purchase history. It's really about expressing your idea as clearly as you can.
Okay, makes sense. What's next? Create.
Yep. Step 2 is create. Opal's core technology takes that natural language prompt you just typed and automatically processes it. It translates your description into that visual workflow diagram we talked about.
The flowchart thing again?
Right. This workflow is composed of interconnected nodes, each representing a distinct step in the application's process. These steps could be user inputs, calls to various AI models like Gemini, or specific outputs that display results or integrate with other tools. This visual representation really helps you see the logic unfold, making complex processes understandable at a glance.
So it builds the basic structure for you.
Yeah, precisely. And finally, step 3 is share. Once you're satisfied with the functionality and behavior of your newly created app, maybe after some tweaking,
Which we'll get to.
right, you can instantly publish it with a single click. This action generates that shareable link, making your mini app accessible for others to use or for you to integrate into your daily workflow. It really is designed to be that simple. Describe, create, and share.
That three-step process sounds remarkably straightforward. Describe, create, share. But as you mentioned, once it's created, you usually want to refine it, right? Tweak it. How do you go from that initial generation to something truly polished? What does that code-free refinement actually look like in practice?
Good question. After that initial description and workflow generation, Opal immediately presents you with that visual workflow. You can then examine the node flow, as they call it, to really understand the sequence of operations and how the different components interact. This visual map is your guide, offering immediate transparency into the app's logic.
So you can see how it works.
Exactly. And the beauty of this platform is that all the refinement of the app's logic can be done without writing any code, utilizing Opal's dual editing modes we discussed earlier.
The conversational and visual modes.
That's right. You have the option of conversational edits. This means you can continue to describe changes you want to implement in natural language. For example, if your app is summarizing text, you could simply tell it, add a step to translate the result into Spanish, and make sure it uses polite, formal language, and the workflow will automatically update in response to your command.
Just keep talking to refine it.
Or, for more hands-on control, you can use the visual editor edits. Here, you directly click on individual nodes within the visual workflow to fine-tune specific prompts. If you're working on that cover letter generator we mentioned, you might click on a node and refine the prompt to specify. Ensure the tone is confidently professional, highlighting problem-solving skills. You can also add new steps or integrate additional tools by using a built-in toolbar. This provides incredibly granular control over the inputs, outputs, and all the AI-driven processes, allowing you to really sculpt the behavior of your app precisely.
So you can dive deep into each step visually.
You can, and this visual editor is instrumental in facilitating rapid testing and iteration. You can quickly make a modification and then observe its impact almost instantly, which is invaluable for honing your application's performance and output.
See the results of your changes fast.
Exactly. And don't forget, to jumpstart development and help you learn the platform effectively, you're strongly encouraged to select from that gallery of pre-built starter apps. You can then remix these templates to suit your specific requirements, which is a great way to learn by doing and to accelerate your build process significantly.
That's incredibly helpful for getting started quickly. Okay, what about best practices for prompting, for designing these workflows? Are there any specific tips to make the most of Opal? And crucially, what are its current limitations that users really need to be aware of?
Yeah, definitely some tips to maximize effectiveness. First and foremost, always try to begin with clear and specific natural language descriptions. The more precise you are in your initial prompt, the more effectively Opal's underlying AI will generate that initial workflow. It just sets a stronger foundation for your application's logic. Think of it like giving really clear instructions to a very smart but literal assistant.
Garbage in, garbage out, kind of?
A little bit, yeah. Good prompt in, better starting point out. Secondly, understand that the workflow generated from your initial prompt is just that, a starting point. Embrace iterative refinement. Use both the visual editor and the conversational commands to continuously refine steps, prompts, and the overall logic. It's a process of sculpt and resculpt, gradually honing your app.
Don't expect perfection first time.
Absolutely not. For more intricate applications, it's often beneficial to break down complex tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. These individual steps can then be chained together seamlessly within the workflow to achieve complex outcomes. Like building a sophisticated machine from simple, interconnected parts.
Break it down. Makes sense.
And as we discussed, don't underestimate the power of that demo gallery. Exploring existing templates can provide invaluable insights into common use cases and demonstrate effective workflow structures. It can significantly accelerate your learning process.
Okay, learn from the examples. Now, the limitations. What should people watch out for?
Right, limitations. It's crucial to be cognizant of the platform's current experimental nature. For instance, some users have encountered undocumented API limits.
Undocumented limits, what does that mean?
It means there might be restrictions on how often or how much data an app can pull from external sources, but these limits aren't clearly published by Google. This is a significant hurdle because it can hinder an app's ability to pull current real-time data.
So apps needing live data might struggle.
They might. Imagine building an app that's supposed to give you livestock prices or current weather, but it can't consistently refresh that data because it hits some hidden limit. That's the kind of issue this can create.
Okay, that's a big one for certain apps.
It is. Additionally, user reviews have noted gaps in direct embedding capabilities or the provision of a dedicated API layer for seamless integration into other existing applications. This means that while sharing via a link is easy, embedding your mini app directly onto your company's existing website or integrating it tightly into your CRM system might not be straightforward in its current form.
Right, the integration challenge again.
Exactly. Now, a YouTube review actually highlighted this API limit issue specifically and offered a practical workaround that interestingly sheds light on Opal's strategic positioning.
Oh, what was the workaround?
The reviewer found that to overcome these undocumented API limitations for pulling current data, they actually had to recreate the workflow they designed in Opal, but over in Google's AI Studio.
AI Studio, another Google tool.
Yeah, a more developer-focused platform. Doing this allowed them to generate the full code for a more robust and functional web application.
So they used Opal to design it, then AI Studio to build the real version.
Essentially, yes. And what this suggests is a really important implication for Opal's role. While it's presented as a no-code solution, it might not be intended, at least right now, as a standalone production environment for complex, data-intensive, or mission-critical applications that demand consistent real-time data.
So it's more for the idea phase.
It functions as an excellent tool for ideation and rapid design. For projects demanding more robust functionality, enterprise-grade reliability, or deep real-time data integration, the workflow you conceptualize in Opal can serve as a fantastic blueprint or an initial framework for subsequent development in more capable, code-centric Google AI tools like AI Studio.
Okay, so Opal's the starting point, the sketchpad maybe.
That's a great way to put it. It positions Opal as an introductory platform, a powerful sandbox that allows users to quickly visualize and validate AI concepts before committing to a full development cycle within Google's broader, more robust AI ecosystem. It's the ideation sandbox, not necessarily the final build environment for those heavy-duty, always-on applications. 4. Strategic positioning and current status. The experimental lens.
Okay, so it's incredibly easy to use. It's from Google, and for now, it's free. That's pretty appealing. But it's consistently labeled experimental and comes from Google Labs. We keep coming back to that. What does that really mean for someone wanting to rely on this tool, especially in a business context? What are the true implications and risks beyond just the technical limitations we just covered?
Yeah, that experimental label is hugely important and carries significant weight, especially for businesses. Google Opal's strategic value proposition, as it stands, primarily centers on its ability to facilitate that rapid prototyping and the creation of custom internal productivity tools.
Prototyping and internal tools.
Right. For businesses, its most exciting role is undoubtedly speeding up proofs of concept, those PACs. Ideas for AI-driven features can be quickly transformed into functional, interactive prototypes in, like you said, minutes or hours rather than weeks or months. This dramatically reduces the inherent risk and cost associated with those initial stages of innovation. You can test ideas super quickly without a major investment, which is a massive win for agility.
Fail fast, learn fast.
Exactly. Furthermore, Opal truly empowers individual departments to independently build their own mini-apps to automate tedious, domain-specific tasks, thereby significantly enhancing overall productivity. Let's put this into real-world terms again. Imagine a small business owner, right? They can't afford a full-time developer. They could potentially use Opal to instantly build an AI tool that drafts personalized follow-up emails to customers after a sale. That could greatly improve customer retention without any coding. Or think about a marketing department, maybe overwhelmed with content needs. They could use Opal to generate quick drafts of social media posts, headlines, or even short blog paragraphs directly from product specs, freeing up their copywriters for more strategic, high-value work.
Taking the routine stuff off their plate.
Precisely. And for HR, maybe a quick app to field common employee questions, summarizing policies on the fly. The possibilities for internal efficiency are really immense. By simplifying the traditional app building process, Opal effectively broadens access to software development, making it achievable for a much wider, non-technical audience who previously just couldn't engage in this kind of creation.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense for prototyping and boosting internal efficiency. But that experimental tag still makes me pause. What are the concrete risks for businesses here? Can they actually build anything vital on this platform?
That pause is entirely justified, and it leads directly into the core implications of its experimental nature. Google's decision to brand Opal as an experiment coming from Google Labs is almost certainly a deliberate strategic signal.
What's the signal?
Well, this positioning allows Google to rapidly release the tool, gauge public interest in this really competitive vibe coding market, all without the rigorous stability and support requirements that typically come with a full-fledged Google Cloud product.
Lower commitment for them initially.
It's a clever way for them to innovate quickly and gather early feedback without committing to a full-scale, fully supported product just yet. However, for business leaders, this experimental status carries inherent and pretty significant risks.
Like what specifically?
For one, the platform is likely to exhibit volatility. That means features may appear, change, or even disappear with little or no notice. Things could break unexpectedly.
Okay, instability.
Yeah. And more crucially, there are no enterprise-grade service level agreements or SLAs. That means zero guarantees of uptime or performance. There are also no dedicated support channels and absolutely no guarantees of long-term availability. Google could decide to shut it down.
Wow, okay, no guarantees at all.
Pretty much. This means you simply cannot rely on it for consistent uptime or immediate issue resolution if something goes wrong. Consequently, Opal should really be regarded as a free research and development opportunity, a tool primarily for exploration and learning, and explicitly not as a stable platform upon which to build reliable or mission-critical business processes.
So definitely don't run payroll on it.
Absolutely not. If something is vital to your operations, if it injects revenue or handles critical data, you absolutely cannot depend on Opal in its current experimental state.
Makes sense. What are the risks?
Additionally, that extreme ease of use and the simplicity of sharing applications via web links, while great for rapid adoption, carries a hidden risk for businesses. Shadow IT.
Shadow IP, what's that?
Imagine employees with the best intentions building these mini apps. Maybe an app handles some customer data or internal project details, but these apps aren't properly secure, they aren't managed or monitored by the central IT department.
Ungoverned apps popping up everywhere.
Exactly. It's like having untracked, potentially leaky data pipes all over your organization, completely outside of the official IT purview. This can lead to serious risks like data breaches, unauthorized access. It's a real headache for your security team and a potential compliance nightmare.
Yeah, I can see how that could get out of hand fast.
That really could. Google's explicit labeling of Opal as experimental and its origin from Google Labs clearly indicates an agile development and market entry strategy. By releasing Opal this way, Google can quickly test market demand, gather user feedback, all without the substantial investment and long-term commitment required for a full-scale products launch that would include those enterprise-grade SLAs and comprehensive support.
So they push some risk onto the users.
In a way, yes. This approach effectively transfers some of the risk and responsibility for stability and governance onto the early adopters. While that's advantageous for Google's rapid iteration, it absolutely necessitates a cautious approach from businesses. It requires them to implement robust internal governance frameworks to mitigate those shadow IT risks that come with adopting such experimental tools.
Okay, so governance is key if you let employees use it. You also mentioned some geographic limitations earlier. Can you elaborate on those and how they affect broader deployment possibilities?
Certainly. Google Opal, in its current state, has that significant geographic limitation. It's only available in public beta within the United States.
Still just the U.S.
Right. So if you're listening from outside the U.S., you won't be able to access it for now. A broader rollout is anticipated only if the tool gains sufficient traction and positive user feedback during this beta phase. So for a global business or even just a multinational team, this is a clear barrier to widespread adoption at present.
Got it. And the technical limitations impacting deployment.
Yeah, from a technical standpoint, and as we discussed earlier, some users have reported encountering those undocumented API limits.
Hidden data caps.
Right. These can prevent applications from pulling current data, thereby impacting real-time functionality, which is a major hurdle for many potentially useful dynamic applications. User reviews also consistently highlight a desire for more precise control over the individual nodes in the workflow, sometimes even access to the underlying code, which is funny because it's the very thing no code aims to abstract away.
People always want to peek under the hood.
They do. Or the ability to embed these mini apps into existing web applications via a dedicated API layer. This means deeply integrating an Opal app into your company's existing customer portal or CRM system isn't straightforward.
Still walled off, to some extent.
Somewhat, yeah. The current absence of custom domain integration further suggests that the platform is primarily intended for rapid prototyping and small-scale sharing, rather than full commercial deployment. While it's powerful for its intended audience and use cases quick ideation, internal tools Opal is presently geared towards simpler applications. It's explicitly not designed for building complex, large-scale commercial applications that demand robust integrations, high availability, or stringent security requirements. At least, not yet. V, the AI Toolkit Battlefield, Competitive Landscape Analysis.
Okay, so Opal is clearly a different beast in the AI development space. It's got this distinct focus on rapid prototyping, making things accessible for almost everyone. But as you said, the world of no-code and low-code AI app builders is incredibly crowded, and it seems like it's evolving super fast. What does the competitive landscape actually look like? Who are the other big players trying to, democratize app building, and how does Opal really stack up against them?
You're absolutely right. The market for no-code, slow-code, AI app builders and workflow automation tools is intensely competitive and expanding at a breathtaking pace. Google Opal is essentially Google's entry, or maybe re-entry, into this dynamic landscape, responding to offerings from both the established tech giants and a whole wave of innovative startups.
So who are the main contenders?
Okay, let's look at some of the key competitors you'll likely encounter. First, you've got the Microsoft Power Platform. This includes really powerful tools like Power Apps, Copilot Studio, and Power Automate.
Yeah, Microsoft's big in this space.
Huge. It's a comprehensive suite of low-code tools designed for building applications, automating workflows, creating intelligent chatbots. Its real strength, especially for businesses, lies in its deep integration with the broader Microsoft 365 and Azure ecosystems. It offers robust enterprise-grade capabilities, and crucially, it incorporates sophisticated AI functionalities through its AI Builder and Copilot features. This is a very mature, very integrated, and well-supported offering, especially for large organizations already in the Microsoft world.
Okay, Power Platform. Who else?
Then we have Make.com, which used to be known as Integromat.
Integromat, right. I remember them.
Yeah, they rebranded. Make.com is a visual-first, no-code automation platform. It boasts extensive AI integration capabilities and an absolutely vast library of over 2,500 pre-built application integrations.
2,500, wow.
It's huge. Its focus is really on building, customizing, and managing intelligent AI agents and automating complex business processes across many, many different platforms. If you need to connect myriad different apps and automate really complex sequences, Make.com is a powerhouse.
Okay, Make.com for connectivity. Next.
Another significant player is N8N.io. Now, this one's interesting. It's an AI workflow automation platform specifically designed, they say, for technical teams, but with a surprising twist.
What's the twist?
It provides significant flexibility. It supports both visual drag-and-drop development, like the others, but also uniquely among many no-code tools, code-based implementation using JavaScript or Python.
So you can code if you want to?
Exactly. N8N offers over 500 integrations, multi-step AI agents, and this is a major differentiator for enhanced data control, strong self-hosting options.
Right, you mentioned that self-hosting. So N8N lets you put it on your own servers. That's a big deal for some companies, right?
It's a massive deal. When we look at N8N.io, its true superpower for certain businesses is precisely that full self-hosting capability. This isn't just some minor tech spec. For companies dealing with highly sensitive proprietary data or maybe operating under strict regulatory requirements like HIPAA in healthcare or GDPR in Europe, it means complete control over their information.
Data stays in-house.
Exactly. On their own servers, behind their own firewalls. That's a non-negotiable for many organizations, and it's a stark contrast to a cloud-based experimental tool like Opal or even other established cloud-only platforms. It essentially allows them to build powerful AI automation without ever letting their sensitive data leave their premises.
Okay, that's a critical distinction for some. Are there others?
Yeah. Beyond these major players, the market also includes a growing number of emerging no-code AI app builders. Names like Lovable, Bolt, Base44, Blink, and Flute.com are popping up. Some of these even offer free accounts with limited credits, indicating a really lively startup ecosystem trying to carve out niches.
That's a new entrance.
Definitely. Lovable, in particular, apparently attracted substantial investment recently, which shows strong investor confidence in this whole segment. Furthermore, general workflow builders like Make.com and NAN are often compared to Opal because they share those core workflow automation capabilities. And the broader trend of vibe coding also includes platforms like Claude Code, Cura, Spark 10, Cursor, even design tools like Canva and Figma are getting into AI features, and developer environments like Replidol contributing to this exciting landscape of AI-assisted, code-free or code-minimal creation. It's a very vibrant and rapidly growing space.
That's a fascinating and, yeah, definitely crowded landscape. So if we were to put them side by side, maybe in a quick comparison, how does Opal truly stack up against these more established or feature-rich competitors across different metrics? What does that comparison tell us about who should use what tool?
Yeah, let's try and summarize that. If we connect this to the bigger picture, a comparative analysis reveals a pretty clear market segmentation. It shows where each tool really shines, and therefore for whom it is likely best suited. Let's break down some key aspects.
Okay.
First, let's talk target audience. Opal is very clearly targeting non-technical users, beginners, maybe developers looking for rapid prototyping, or even hobbyist projects. It's designed to be approachable to almost anyone who has an idea they want to try out quickly.
The entry point.
Exactly. In contrast, Microsoft Power Platform targets a much broader range from business users all the way up to professional developers and large enterprises. It emphasizes its comprehensive nature and robust governance features. Make.com is geared towards diverse teams needing powerful automation across many apps. And NAN.io, as we said, is specifically designed for more technical teams and developers who need both that visual ease and the option for deep code customization, offering more granular control.
Okay, different folks, different tools. What about core strengths?
Right, core strength. Opal's core strength is undoubtedly its extreme ease of use and its natural language-driven rapid prototyping of these mini apps through visual workflows. It's all about unparalleled speed and simplicity for that initial creation and testing of ideas. Power Platform's strength lies in its comprehensive low-code suite, its deep Microsoft ecosystem integration, and its enterprise-grade governance for AI-first applications, making it ideal for organizations already heavily invested in Microsoft. Make.com excels in visual automation, its truly extensive app library with over 2,500 integrations, and its advanced AI agents, making it a powerful hub for connecting disparate systems. And N8N.io stands out for its flexible AI workflow automation, those crucial self-hosting options, and that unique blend of code and UI flexibility with over 500 integrations, appealing to technical users who need both speed and deep control.
Okay. Pricing, that's always a big one.
Pricing model is another significant differentiator, absolutely. Opal is currently free as an experimental public beta.
Can't beat free for trying things out.
Exactly. This is a massive advantage for entry and experimentation. Competitors, while often offering free trials, typically move to various paid plans. For instance, Power Platform starts around, I think, $15 per user per month. Make.com starts lower at around $9 per month. And N8N.io's hosted plans begin at about $24 per month. And these are usually billed annually, so the upfront cost can be higher. This free model for Opal really highlights its experimental nature and allows Google to gather widespread feedback without a price barrier.
Makes sense. How do they compare on AI integration itself?
Good question. AI integration. Opal uses natural language prompts and chains calls to AI models like Google's Gemini, along with other tools. The AI is built right into the core app creation experience. Power Platform integrates AI through its AI Builder, which includes custom and pre-built models, and also Copilot for assisting with app building, data insights, and creating agents, offering a full suite of AI capabilities deeply embedded within the Microsoft ecosystem. Make.com offers AI agents, AI apps, and an AI assistant currently in beta, and it connects to over 350 different AI applications, giving lots of choice. N8N.io provides multi-step AI agents and, crucially, allows integration with any large language model, LLM, focusing on AI-native workflow automation. This gives users maximum flexibility over which AI models they want to use.
Okay, lots of different approaches to AI there. What about being ready for big business? Enterprise readiness.
Now, Enterprise readiness, this is where we see a really crucial distinction, and it's arguably the most important one for businesses making serious investments. Opal, remember, is experimental. It has no service-level agreements, no guarantees, and is explicitly not recommended for critical business processes. It also carries that shadow IT risk we discussed.
Right, the experimental caveats.
This contrasts sharply with its main competitors. Microsoft Power Platform is designed from the ground up with enterprise-grade compliance, robust governance features, strong security protocols, high scalability, and dedicated support options. Make.com is scalable with an enterprise plan. It has GDPR and SOC 2 Type 2 compliance and advanced access controls, making it suitable for larger operations. N8N.io is also enterprise-ready, offering security, reliability, collaboration features, those on-premise options, single sign-on SSO, role-based access control, RBAC, and audit logs. These tools are built for the rigorous demands of large, regulated organizations. Opal just isn't there yet.
Big difference. And self-hosting.
Finally, self-hosting options. As we've touched on, Opal has no mention of self-hosting. Power Platform is primarily cloud-based, managed entirely by Microsoft. However, Make.com offers something called an MCP server for connecting AI models, which offers some flexibility. But N8N.io truly stands out with its full self-hostable capability via Docker or directly from GitHub source code. This allows organizations complete data control on-premise, which is vital for those with strict data sovereignty or security requirements.
Okay, so summing that comparison up.
Yeah, what this comparative analysis truly reveals is a clear market segmentation and exactly where Opal fits in right now. Think of it this way. Opal is your ideal entry point. It's your rapid sandbox for testing out AI ideas, for building quick internal tools, for learning about AI workflows, but for robust mission-critical operations or for enterprise-level scalability and stringent data control, the established players like Microsoft Power Platform, Make.com, and especially N8N for self-hosting offer that battle-tested stability, those guarantees, and the deep integration capabilities that Opal simply isn't designed for yet. Each tool serves a distinct purpose in the broader AI application development ecosystem. 6. Competitive edge and growth, where Opal shines and where it needs to grow.
Okay, that's a really clear picture of the competitive landscape and how they stack up. So
Yeah.
it's clear Opal has a unique approach, very distinct from the more established players. What exactly is its unique superpower then? Its true competitive edge. And on the flip side, where does it really need to grow and mature if it wants to truly compete in that more serious enterprise space?
Right. Google Opal's most significant competitive advantage, I think, really lies in its extreme ease of use, particularly for individuals without any technical background. That combination of the natural language interface and the intuitive visual editor just significantly lowers the barrier to entry for AI app development compared to many, many existing solutions.
Simplicity is its superpower.
Absolutely. You simply describe what you want and it starts building. This design facilitates that remarkably rapid transition from an initial idea to a functional, shareable mini application. It makes it exceptionally well-suited for quick prototyping and proof-of-concept development. If you have an idea for an AI tool, you can test it out, demonstrate its potential, get feedback in, like we said, minutes or hours, not days or weeks. That speed is powerful.
And the Google connection.
That's the other key part. Opal's inherent connection to Google Labs and its use of underlying Google AI models like Gemini suggests a really strong potential for seamless future integration with other Google services.
Like Workspace or Google Cloud.
Exactly. Think Google Workspace apps like Docs or Sheets, or Google Cloud AI tools like Vertex AI. This potential for deep integration could prove to be a substantial advantage down the line for organizations already heavily invested in the Google ecosystem. It could create a very natural flow from one Google service to another.
So it could be a gateway drug to other Google AI services.
That's a cynical way to put it, but strategically, yes. Google's positioning of Opal as experimental and free, specifically targeting beginners and non-developers for rapid prototyping, serves a broader purpose. By making AI application development highly accessible and low friction, Google can attract a vast user base, including people entirely new to AI. This approach functions as a strategic entry point.
An on-ramp.
Exactly, an on-ramp. Once users become proficient in building these mini apps within the Google ecosystem, they are much more likely to adopt other Google AI services, like more powerful Gemini models or maybe Google Cloud AI Studio for more complex requirements. Remember that workaround we discussed? They're more likely to adopt those as their needs evolve beyond Opal's current experimental capabilities. This strategy effectively expands Google's overall AI market share and strengthens its platform ecosystem by cultivating a whole new generation of AI-literate users within its sphere.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It's an on-ramp into the wider Google AI world, drawing people in with that simplicity. But for enterprise-level deployment, you mentioned it falls short currently. Where do the competitors really shine? In areas that Opal needs to catch up on to be considered a truly robust solution for businesses.
You're absolutely right to highlight that gap. While Google Opal excels in accessibility and that rapid prototyping phase, the more mature platforms like Microsoft Power Platform, Make.com, and NAN offer distinct critical advantages in areas essential for serious enterprise deployment and business
What
operations.
kind of advantages?
Well, these competitors provide robust enterprise-grade features that are often non-negotiable for large organizations. This includes those service-level agreements, SLAs, which guarantee uptime and performance crucial if your business depends on the app. They offer dedicated 147 support options, which is vital for business continuity if something breaks. They have advanced governance frameworks for managing who can build what, controlling costs, and ensuring compliance. And they often hold essential compliance certifications like GDPR, IPA, and SOC2. These capabilities make them suitable for mission-critical business processes, a domain where Opal's current experimental status presents clear and significant limitations.
Right, the guarantees and support aren't there for Opal yet. What else?
Integrations. This is where the scale truly differs right now. Make.com boasts that extensive library of over 2,500 app integrations, and NAN.io offers more than 500. This provides much broader and deeper connectivity to diverse systems and data sources compared to Opal's current scope. This is vital for businesses that need to connect their AI apps to existing CRMs, ERP systems, HR platforms, or other legacy databases. Opal is more limited there.
And customization.
For advanced customization and granular control, N8N.io particularly stands out by allowing users to combine visual building with custom JavaScript or Python code, and even integrate external libraries. That level of extensibility, the ability to dive into the code when needed for specific complex logic, is currently less pronounced in Opal. User feedback, as we noted, indicates a desire for access to underlying code or more precise node tweaking, which suggests Opal might be too simplistic for some advanced use cases right now.
Okay, what about actually deploying and scaling these apps?
Regarding deployment and scalability, competitors offer far more mature options. This includes things like white labeling capabilities, which AAM provides, allowing businesses to brand the applications built on the platform as their own. Power Platform has robust application lifecycle management ALM tools for managing apps securely and efficiently from development through testing to production. Their pricing models are also structured to support scalable, consistent usage in production environments. This means you know what you're paying for, and you can reliably scale up as your needs grow without unexpected costs or performance drops, which is crucial for budgeting and planning.
And the self-hosting point again for N8N?
And yes, that key differentiator for N8N.io. Its full self-hosting capability, including AI models. This allows organizations to maintain complete control over their data on-premise. This feature is particularly crucial for industries with stringent data residency or security requirements, like finance or healthcare. It's a capability not offered by Opal, which remains a cloud-based experimental tool.
So the overall picture.
The stark contrast between Opal's current experimental and US-only status, focused squarely on prototyping, and competitors' enterprise-grade features, SLAs, and advanced customization points to a really clear market segmentation. Opal is targeting that initial phase of AI adoption, attracting new users, enabling rapid ideation, while the established platforms cater to more mature, production-level automation and complex AI integration requirements.
So what's Google's long game here?
Well, Google's long-term strategy for Opal could likely follow one of two paths. It might remain a free experimental tool primarily for rapid ideation, serving as that effective entry point into Google's broader AI and cloud services, as demonstrated by that AI Studio workaround, essentially a funnel. Or alternatively, if it proves really successful and gains significant traction, Google could choose to productize Opal, turn it into a more robust enterprise-grade offering, perhaps integrating it more deeply with Google Cloud's Vertex AI or other services, and inevitably introducing some form of consumption-based pricing model.
So it could become a paid enterprise product eventually.
It could, but that would place it in direct competition with Microsoft Power Platform and other major enterprise automation tools, necessitating significant investment from Google in stability, support, and the advanced features that are currently absent. The current experimental status cleverly allows Google to defer that potentially massive investment while they gather critical market intelligence and user feedback, allowing them to shape Opal's future based on real-world demand and see if the market truly wants this kind of tool at scale. 7. Maximizing value, best practices, and future vision.
Okay, so we've covered what Opal is, how it works, its limitations, the competition. What does this all mean for us? For you listening, how can someone listening right now, maybe a business leader, maybe an aspiring AI innovator, or maybe just a curious learner, how can they best use Google Opal right now, given its experimental nature? And looking ahead, what does the future hold for these kinds of accessible AI tools?
Right. Let's talk practical application and future gazing. To derive maximum value from Google Opal today, businesses and developers should strategically focus on its undeniable strengths. Its most powerful application, without a doubt, is rapid prototyping and proofs of concept, PACS.
Lean into the prototyping strength.
Absolutely. It should be leveraged to quickly build functional prototypes of AI-driven features or workflows. This enables that rapid validation of ideas, efficient gathering of feedback from stakeholders or potential users, and securing crucial buy-in before you commit to full-scale, often expensive, development efforts elsewhere. It's a fantastic way to test the waters quickly and cheaply.
Okay, PEGAs first. What else?
Secondly, Opal is excellent for creating custom internal productivity tools. It can empower non-technical teams and individual employees to create their own mini-apps that automate specific, often repetitive tasks, thereby significantly boosting internal productivity. Let's explore some real-world examples again.
Yeah, examples help.
Okay, think content creation. A marketing team could build an Opal app that automates the generation of initial drafts for blog posts, social media updates, or marketing copy. Imagine a small business owner using Opal to create engaging product descriptions directly from bullet points, saving hours.
Okay, content drafting.
Or information summarization extraction. A legal department might create an app to condense long legal documents or articles or extract key clauses from large data sets of contracts, speeding up review processes dramatically. A researcher could use it to quickly summarize academic papers to see if they're relevant.
Handling text overload.
Exactly. Or customer support automation. A customer service team could develop a mini app that drafts personalized support replies for common inquiries based on keywords, or generates frequently asked questions, FAQs, based on recent user conversations, freeing up human agents for the really complex, empathetic issues.
Automating simple support tasks.
Right. And beyond these common uses, it's ideal for developing specialized niche tools tailored for specific departments, roles, or even entire industries. For example, a sales team might build an app that analyzes prospect data from a spreadsheet and suggests personalized opening lines for outreach emails. Or maybe a logistics team could create a tool to suggest optimized delivery routes based on specific parameters they input.
Lots of potential for internal efficiency gains.
Huge potential. And finally, for any curious learner listening, Opal serves as an excellent sandbox for learning and experimentation. It's a great place to explore AI capabilities, understand how workflow design principles actually work in practice, and experiment with prompt engineering within a visual, no-code environment. That demo gallery and the pre-built templates are invaluable resources for accelerating this learning process, making it highly approachable for anyone eager to just jump into the world of AI app creation without needing a computer science degree.
Okay, that's a powerful vision for how to leverage Opal's strengths right now. But on the flip side, given that experimental nature, what are the practical, actionable steps organizations must take to manage the risks you've highlighted? Especially that shadow IT concern. How do you use it without letting it become a problem?
Yeah, navigating this experimental phase with Opal, especially in a business context, absolutely requires a cautious and strategic approach to mitigate those potential risks. The key is not necessarily to ban tools like Opal outright that can inadvertently stifle innovation and frustrate eager employees. It's more about establishing very clear guidelines for their use.
Control, not prohibition.
Exactly. Embrace the sandbox, but control its borders. Ensure the innovation happens safely. One practical step: it's advisable to immediately form a cross-functional governance task force. Get people from IT, security, legal, and maybe key business units together.
Get everyone on the same page.
Right. This team should define comprehensive policies for the usage of any no-code or AI tools, not just Opal. Establish clear data handling protocols, specifying what kind of data is okay to use in experimental tools and what is absolutely off limits, like sensitive customer PII or regulated financial data. And set up robust application sharing mechanisms, maybe internal review, before an app is widely shared.
Clear rules of engagement.
Crucially, you need to draw a hard, bright line. Clearly communicate across the entire organization that Opal is intended solely for research and development and prototyping purposes. It must not be used for mission-critical business processes or for handling sensitive, regulated data, period. Where feasible, implementing technical controls like network segmentation or data loss prevention, DLP tools, can further prevent unauthorized data access or leakage from these experimental apps.
Put technical guardrails in place, too.
If possible, yes. And then you need to monitor and review. Regular review of the mini apps created on the platform is essential to ensure they adhere to organizational security and compliance standards. This helps proactively mitigate the risk of shadow IT and prevents those unsanctioned applications from causing unforeseen issues down the road.
Keep an eye on what's being built.
Absolutely. And finally, organizations should plan for transition. Acknowledge upfront that applications initially built in Opal might eventually need to be re-engineered or migrated to more stable, enterprise-grade platforms, whether that's within Google's broader AI ecosystem like AI Studio, or perhaps even to a competitor's platform, if they prove valuable and require production-level reliability, scalability, or deeper integration. Having that foresight is key to avoiding major future headaches if a prototype becomes unexpectedly popular or critical.
Okay, manage it carefully, plan for success. That's excellent practical advice for the present. Looking ahead now, what's the big picture? What does the future hold for these kinds of accessible AI tools like Opal? And how might they fundamentally change how we create software?
Yeah, the future outlook is fascinating. Google Opal's specific future trajectory will largely be shaped by the user feedback gathered during this current US-only beta phase. It's truly a live testbed for a potentially new way of interacting with AI to build things.
So its future depends on user reaction now.
Very much so. It is reasonable, though, to anticipate significant advancements in this whole field of AI-driven, code-free app creation, with tools like Opal potentially setting new standards for accessibility. Future updates to Opal itself are highly likely to address current limitations, things like enhancing API access for better real-time data integration, improving those embedding capabilities for seamless website integration, and offering more granular control over application logic, all driven by what users are actually asking for and struggling with now.
So it's likely to get more powerful.
Almost certainly if Google continues to invest. Now, while it's currently offered for free, industry analysts widely foresee a potential transition to some form of consumption-based pricing model if Opal evolves from an experiment into a full-fledged supported product.
Pay as you go.
Probably. Such a model could involve charges based on the number of queries an app handles, the API calls it makes, or the consumption of AI model tokens, similar to how many cloud services and AI APIs are priced today. Free lunch likely won't last forever if it becomes a core product.
Fair enough.
Opal is also expected to continue its role as a key component in Google's broader AI-first future. It will likely serve as that accessible entry point, guiding users towards more advanced Google AI tools and cloud services as their needs grow and become more sophisticated.
Still the on-ramp.
Still the on-ramp. But bigger picture, Google's significant investment in Opal, even in its experimental state, signals a long-term commitment to natural language interfaces as a really significant direction for the future of software development itself. If tools like this are successful, they could dramatically lower the barrier to entry for literally millions of potential creators worldwide.
A huge expansion of who can build software.
Exactly. Leading to a proliferation of custom AI applications tailored to niche needs across every industry imaginable. This development has the potential to fundamentally alter traditional software development roles. The emphasis might shift significantly away from rote coding towards skills like AI orchestration, sophisticated prompt engineering, and complex workflow design.
So the job of a developer changes.
It could evolve significantly. It also suggests a future where citizen developers, these non-technical users empowered by AI tools like Opal, become a substantial force in solving business problems directly. This could potentially drive a whole new wave of innovation and productivity across various industries. However, and this is a big sun, However, this also necessitates the development of entirely new paradigms for IT governance and security to effectively manage this evolving landscape of decentralized AI-assisted creation. It's an exciting future, but one that requires careful thought about control and responsibility.
Wow. What an incredible journey we've taken into Google Opal today. It's been truly fascinating to unpack how it aims to, well, genuinely democratize AI app development with its natural language approach and visual tools, making that rapid prototyping so incredibly accessible.
hmm
We've also seen clearly how its experimental status presents both, really exciting opportunities and some very important considerations, especially for businesses. It demands a really strategic, careful approach to its adoption. It's truly a fascinating glimpse into the future of software creation, isn't it?
Absolutely.
The whole idea of anyone, anywhere, just describing an app and seeing it actually come to life. It really makes you think about the profound shifts that might be just around the corner.
Indeed. I mean, this tool, even now, is a powerful accelerator for ideation and proof of concept. It has the potential to free up highly skilled resources to tackle much more complex AI challenges. It's a very clear signal from Google about their long-term AI-first vision and that burgeoning shift towards citizen developers potentially reshaping our digital landscape.
Yeah.
And this raises a really important, maybe provocative question for you listening. As tools like Opal continue to mature, as they empower this new generation of non-technical creators, how will the very definition of a developer evolve? What new skills, maybe prompt engineering, AI ethics, workflow optimization, will become paramount in a world where AI orchestrates much of the underlying code? And how might that reshape career paths, not just in tech, but maybe far beyond?
That's a truly thought-provoking question, one that touches on so much more than just software, doesn't it? Something for you to definitely mull over as you consider how these kinds of tools might impact your own field or your own curiosities and really the whole future of innovation.
We're thinking about.
A huge thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We really hope you feel much more informed, maybe even a little inspired, to explore the exciting, rapidly changing world of AI app creation yourself.